one other thing that might be really interesting to discuss is how we're going about learning it. I know, Hannah, you mentioned the survey and the interviews. I guess, I mean, those are hard things to conduct and hard to do. And so I'm wondering if you all could talk a little bit about what are the challenges with surveying young people and also interviewing young people.
Well, it's like you said, Kari, really important for us to get these things right. How we create the survey that we give to young people, how we create the interview guide, right? The interview questions that we ask of young people. That's one of the most important pieces of this. And it's hard to measure sometimes what we really intend to measure. And by that, I mean that, we want to try to construct these survey questions and interview questions in a way that really truly correspond to the real properties of the social phenomenon that we want to understand. So just to kind of give you an example here, if we wanted to measure how religious a young person is, but we only ask them about how often they're attending religious services, we would miss the diversity of ways that young people actually practice and live religion. And so we might therefore categorize that young person as not religious or slightly religious when they themselves might say, I'm actually really religious, right? And so the way that translates to studying politics is that we don't simply want to ask young people, like, do you align with a particular political party? And if so, what is that party? Right? But we actually want to get down into, what does it mean to say that you align with this party? What parts of this party do you like? What parts of it don't you like? What do you actually care about? And for me, one of the most fun questions, the one that I think really promises to yield a lot of interesting insights, is this question we have about if you were to create your own political party, right? What would that, a political party that really truly represented you, what would that look like? What would this party stand for? What would they do? And starting to hear young people's answers to that question has been really enlightening and also just kind of fun.
Agreed. I was wondering if there's anything any of you can talk to about. I mean, politics are hard. I mean, all of everything you said, Nabil, is true, but politics are hard to research from the perspective of like we live in a pretty divided society right now, right? So there's this, like how is Springtide making sure that you're hearing voices from across that political spectrum?
Yeah. So, I mean, one of the things that we did on the survey side was really, really think about our own biases going into it. So, whenever you do research, regardless about what you're studying, there's going to be some bias. So it's really about checking that and about, thinking about different perspectives that these young people might have and bringing in other voices and other people that might be able to provide, perspectives on that as well. So, whenever we do a survey for the state of religion, including for this year's state of religion, we put together the questions, but then we have it go through rounds and rounds of reviews with a lot of different people. So of course, everyone on this research team sees it. But then, we also try to get folks in this case from different political ideologies and from different religions to try to make sure that we are kind of tapping into things that we might not think about or things that we might not expect. So that is one way, at least on the survey end, that we are really trying to construct the instruments in a way that is as inclusive as possible across the political spectrum.